What is up, everyone? This is DragonBallMedia, and today we're counting down our top 10 censored moments in the Dragon Ball universe. Now, believe it or not, Dragon Ball has had a lot of censored moments that you might not have noticed, because, well, you know, they're censored. From nudity to death scenes to flat-out weirdness, these are the top 10 censored moments in Dragon Ball. Number 10. Gokus Nudity. Starting off our list is coming from the original Dragon Ball. Now, Goku has had his fair share of nude moments. From straight-up booty shots to exposed nipplage, Goku has had, well, you know, but enough nude moments. But the moment we're talking about comes from the episode The Emperor's Quest, which is literally the second episode in the series. This comes after Bulma meets Goku, and he's literally standing naked in front of her with a digitally added stool covering his lower half. This episode alone has had quite a few censored moments that we'll get into later, but this one surely was a crafty one. Number 9. Oolong and the Underwear. Now, this one is kind of a weird one. In the 5th episode of the original series titled Yamcha the Desert Bandit, we're first introduced to Yamcha. In that episode, we see a few censored moments too, from Oolong's diarrhea mishap to Oolong turning into panties, but the one that takes number 9 spot is when he's lured out of the water by underwear. This one was quickly changed to a stack of dollar bills to, I guess, hide the perversion of Oolong, though he'd be up there with Master Roshi in that category. Number 8. Gohan's Cry Session. Here's another one I don't really get, because the scene itself is the same whether you censor it or not. In the episode titled The World's Strongest Team, we're introduced to Gohan's older brother Raditz, who is kind of a douche to say the least. After a quick confrontation, Raditz decides to kidnap Gohan. Gohan proceeds to then cry, and his tears were censored out of the show. I guess they were trying to make it less dramatic, maybe? I'm not fully sure, but this one is definitely an odd one. Number 7. Yamcha's Disappearing Body. In the episode titled The Cybermen Strike, the Z-Fighters are faced with confronting Nappa and Vegeta, which they're totally unmatched. Deciding to have a little fun with the occasion, Nappa brings forth a few Cybermen. After being easily beaten by Tien, Krillin, and even Yamcha, Yamcha decides to be cocky, which leads to his untimely downfall. A Cyberman attaches himself to him, which then leads to him self-destructing. The scene is then painted over with an empty crater instead of the famous Yamcha mangled body, which would then be parodied later on in Dragon Ball Super. This is arguably one of the most famous Dragon Ball memes, and it is surely one that is going to be parodied throughout the series. Number 6. Mr. Popos' True Color. This episode single-handedly has some of the most censorships throughout the series, from the word died being taken out of Piccolo's lines to Bulma's machine gun being taken out completely. But in the episode Wilderness Survival, A Moonlit Night Awakens Gohan, we're introduced to the character Mr. Popo. He's a gentle assistant who serves Earth's guardian and has been in quite a few popular moments. But the most controversial moment was when his body was completely color changed in the 4Kids showing from black to blue. Though this would later be changed back to black, this one is a rare one that only a few remember, and I'm honestly glad they've reverted it back to the original. Number 5. Riku Flips the Bird. This one is probably one of my favorites as it's the most comical censorship throughout the series. In the episode titled Goku's New Power, Goku finally arrives on Namek to aid his friends against the Ginyu Force. The tall character with the classic haircut, who's arguably the dumb one out of the group, Riku, scans Goku's power level. When he realizes Goku's power level is only 5,000, he starts to laugh, then literally gives Goku the finger. This whole scene was edited out, but would have been quite hilarious if left in. Only the OG fans remember this funny moment, as it was edited out of most televisional broadcasts. Number 4. Tien's Bloodless Body. Tien gets heavily censored in this episode titled Sit Tai Chiaotzu Tien's Screaming Tri-Beam. Not only does his line, I'll kill you, get changed to take this. Wow, take this? That is badass on all levels. But the three-eyed warrior is also proven to have not a single ounce of blood running through his body. When he matches up against Nappa, his hand was swiftly cut right off in an instant. The blood was cut to show literally nothing, as if the man was just made of pure rubber. I guess they were trying to be less violent, but how do you really do that with a person who literally just got their whole hand cut right off? Number 3. Doria's Overkill. Holy wow, I don't even know how to begin this one. According to the people who censored Dragon Ball, Doria of all villains is their favorite. In the episode titled The Hunted, Doria goes on a rampage against Namekians on Namek. One of the censored moments is when he grabs a hold of one of the Namekian elders and literally snaps his neck. But the granddaddy moment was when he takes one of the leaders of the village and thrusts his arm completely through his body. It was censored to look like he just hit him in the back and that his body is completely intact when he hits the ground. But man oh man, the original scene is insanely brutal. Number 2. Heaven or Hfil. Religion in anime has its taboos, and in Dragon Ball especially. From blurring of halos to just sheer the mention of it is sometimes cut out, but hell in itself has the most comical censorship. In GT, it's changed from hell to Hades, which is, kinda weird, but in Dragon Ball Z, it's changed to Hfil, which stands for Home for Infinite Losers. That's actually clever, not gonna lie. In the episode titled Home for Infinite Losers, Goku meets Gaz and Mez, who are the two ogres who occupy hell. On their shirt, it's changed to the acronym Hfil instead of Hell, which they cleverly edited by tucking the shirts in a little bit more so you couldn't really see it. Crafty editing right there. And number 1, Bulma. Is anyone surprised by this one? Bulma is arguably one of the most censored characters throughout Dragon Ball. It's really hard to even begin with this one because most of the scenes involving her aren't really even censored, they're just taken out completely. Although they've gotten a lot better with keeping Bulma for kids, the original episodes were pretty raunchy, mostly with her being the only girl from the beginning. It usually has her in scenes where she's either using her sexuality to get what she wants or showing off her underwear. Even in the manga, she's heavily censored. Not only is Bulma one of the smartest characters throughout the Dragon Ball Z universe, she's also one of the most censored. And that's our list. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below and tell me what top 10 video you'd like me to make next, and I might use your comment in the next video. Without further ado, this is DragonBallMedia, and we'll see you next time.